All right, here we are. I am darn determined to make my video quota. I'm gonna be 2 videos ahead this week because I'm doing this video right here, right now. And I have spent an insane amount of money on a bunch of little things that I may or may not even need. I went and stocked up the house with food, which always feels good. I bought a bunch of random stuff for the picture wall that I'm building, which is fine. Let's see, what else have I done? I bought a breaker bar because that lawnmower blade is coming off this weekend. And what else did I do? Bought the breaker bar, lawnmower blade, food. I just spent a whole bunch of money on a whole bunch of crap. And that's just the name of the game. So we'll see what the game has in store for me. If I can refrain from spending excessively, more excessively than I already have. It feels kind of arbitrary to be making videos just for the sake of meeting this challenge that I have set for myself. But I'm also so darn determined to do any challenge that I set forth for myself that I'm not gonna just let that go to the wayside. So it's an interesting situation that I find myself in, but it is not it's not without hope. And after this project is done, there'll be another project and another project and another project until hopefully I land myself somewhere where I more so want to be. And that's the end goal, really, is to land somewhere that I want to be. And hopefully that's not all that hard to get to. I'm just really interested in doing something with Compression Man. It's a project that still I have a lot of fun with. I really enjoy. So hopefully I can keep that going nice and healthily. I think that I see no reason why I would stop unless I were to lose my job or something. And that'd probably be the one thing that would get in the way of living a life free of regular work, is if I just settled in and was oh well, I'm earning this much a month now or whatever, and this is just my new lifestyle. I think I would probably I'd probably struggle to keep up with Compression Man. But another thing that I worry about is if my animator ever decides that they don't have the need to do this project anymore. I'm sure he's making good money doing it, and he's a good enough animator. He gets the vision and he gets the work done, so hopefully we'll have a decent amount of stuff getting done there. I really am quite interested in trying to figure out just what are the next things that I need to do. What are the goals that need to be maintained? What do I need to do to get the level of exposure that I'm looking for? And hopefully I can master that and wind up doing something for this world that people give a rat's behind about. And that would be a pretty great feeling to be able to do that. I just really hope that it comes to fruition. And hopefully, if I continue to do as much as I've been doing, then like eventually like something will become of it. And that's all I can really hope. A lot of people run like constant ads on on Google to keep their content in front of people's faces. I feel like it's unfortunate when it is most certainly an ad. Like, people see it as an ad. It's not like, I wish I could pay for them to just incognito place a video on somebody's home feed and not have it show up as an ad. I'm sure there's probably some reason why it needs to show up as an ad, but as far as I'm concerned, like, if there's not a real good reason as to why it needs to show up as an ad, let's just have it be a video that shows up on people's feed. And like, trying to find the right people to watch too. Like, I thought I had my people narrowed down pretty well, but I'm still not finding a lot of people who are all that interested in it. They're just like, I'm gonna watch 30 seconds of it and say, not for me. But there's literally billions of people in this world, and only thousands of them have seen it. Not even tens of thousands. Not a single one of those videos has broken into the 10,000 zone yet. So, and I'm almost to, I don't know if I'm almost to 100 subscribers or not. I think I'm at 70, which is decently far from 100. But closer than I was. We'll see what the rest of the world has in store for us. I really need to get back on Instagram as well, try and do some more work on Instagram, and hope that that can be something that I can use to promote my work as well. Instagram is very much so the same as YouTube in that I feel like I don't get anywhere unless I'm paying for them to promote my content. And then it's like, well, why did I do that? And I have found people through paid promotions that I follow and enjoy, but I also ignore a lot of the paid promotions too. A lot of it's about hitting the right people at the right time. Like, you might show your ad in front of somebody who would be like your next biggest fan, but if they're just not in the mood to watch that right now, then they're not going to watch it, and then you're just losing out perpetually. So hopefully I can get something somewhere that allows me to really dig into what I need to do. And I mean, that's really all I've got. I went and bought the entire store. I have to look at the damages now of what I just spent all this money on. Woo-wee. I'm guessing at least 4, maybe 500 to 600 that I just dumped in a day. And that's the problem with, because at my work I get paid once monthly, and that last day of the month, boy, I am spending money like it's going out of style. And then I spend the other 3 weeks wishing that I hadn't spent a dime. And that's the reality that I find myself in. But hopefully this mad spending dash holds for a little while. The only thing that I bought that I like, after this point, the only thing I really have to worry about buying is food. I usually buy my meals a week at a time. So I've got about a week's worth of food right now. And then next week I'll go and buy more, and then so on and so forth. I probably won't do a full grocery run. I usually do my full grocery run on payday, and then I'll just pick up meal stuff from week to week to week to week, which can vary in expense. I bought another brisket. I'm going to try burning the brisket again. We'll see how that fares. Last time it did not turn out at all the way that I had wanted it to, and so I'm thinking that this time, well, last time I used a liquid ingredient, and they didn't say to use a liquid ingredient, so I think this time I will leave the liquid ingredient out, and I will cook it exactly how it said, which is an hour and 15 minutes per pound, which for a 4-pound brisket means 5 hours. And then they say to do another 45 minutes with it uncovered, and I might give it like an hour uncovered. Just keep playing with it until I get a recipe that I like. And then once I get a flavor and a recipe that I like, then I can live the life of a brisket-eating fool. But for now, it's just trying to find a way to make it. And that's the other thing, like, it takes that long in the oven. I want to smoke a brisket because I think smoked brisket's awesome, but that apparently takes like 16 hours to properly smoke a brisket. I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that. Like, a 5-hour meal is difficult enough. You're telling me I got to do this for 16 hours? That's a whole day. Like, if I start at 7 in the morning, it's going to be like 11 o'clock at night before I'm done. So you pretty much have to prep that the night before you're going to eat. If I'm going to plan on eating brisket around 2 p.m., then I need to have that sucker in the smoker by like 8 p.m. the night prior. And that's just nuts. Like, I can't believe that anybody regularly spends that much time preparing food. I have this friend whose dad made his own smoker, and honestly, like, that man is a legend. I've never met the man in my life, but like, just wrapping my head around the fact that he was able to build his own smoker and it functions and he smokes things with it, it's just maddening to me. The amount of ingenuity that so many people, like regular everyday people, have is asinine. We just assume that the creative geniuses of the world is reserved for the people who really did something with their creative genius. But if social media has taught us anything, it's that creativity and genius is far less uncommon than we give it credit for. And it'll be interesting for me to explore that. And that's what makes it so hard to break out into this modern age of media, because there's so much media, there's so much competition, there's so much brilliance out there. You just have no idea. And I just really hope that I can break into the world and do something incredible with all that's given to me. And I don't know what else really there is to say about it except for that. And there is this idea of all of these things floating around in my head, and being able to do something about it is an exciting thought. Honestly, it's very, very exciting. And the fact that I can make my own cartoon, that I'm even living in a world where that can be a reality, because prior to the internet, prior to computers especially, that was a very difficult thing to do. It's still a very expensive medium to maintain, but it's way more obtainable than it's ever been. And that is what is maddening, in my opinion. And I'm just trying to make Compression Man the best kind of cartoon that it can possibly be. And I'll be happy if I can amass any sort of audience with it. And that is what I've got to keep my focus on. And that's really all there is to it. It's just finding what you want to do and then focusing on doing it. I need to mow my grass. That's something that I need to do. One thing at a time. Oh, I was supposed to buy another battery for my mower so that I could mow more than not at all. But at any rate, that's another giant purchase for another day. Thank you all for stopping by and listening to my nonsense. I hope you all have a wonderful day.